Imagine the scenes. I hold a Christmas party for friends and colleagues, but the invitation strictly states that people of colour are not welcome. Or perhaps consider the outrage, the outright cancellation. If your local theatre held a whites-only night away from what organisers called the, quotes, black gays, you just wouldn't do it, would you? Or maybe consider the nuclear fallout if it was revealed that your boss insisted on personally signing off on non-white recruits. Well, unfortunately, they're not actually hypothetical situations. They are genuine examples of discrimination based on the colour of someone's skin, except the real-life versions have the roles reversed, where racism against white people is apparently the acceptable thing to do. In the US city of Boston, tone-deaf Mayor Michelle Wu was yesterday caught sending out invites to a Christmas party that excluded white council workers. Closer to home, earlier this year, a London theatre saw no problem holding what they called a blackout performance, strictly for a black-identifying audience. And then today, it was revealed that even our financial institutions are riddled with this new kind of fashionable discrimination. Amanda Blanc, ironically named, presumably, the chief executive of insurance firm Aviva, told stunned MPs in Parliament that all senior white male recruits had to be personally signed off by her as part of a diversity drive to stamp out sexism in the financial services industry. We can take a look and a listen.
There is no non-diverse hire at Aviva without it being signed off by me and the Chief People Officer. Not because I don't trust my team, but because I want to make sure that the process followed for that recruitment has been diverse, has been properly done, and it's not just a phone call to a mate to say, would you like a job, and pop up and we'll fix it up for you. So there's a lot of work that has been done.
I'm sorry, but who the hell scrolls down Go Compare looking to insure their motor and considers anything other than the price in the terms of the policy? Then again, fat cats like Amanda Blanc, who earns an eye-watering £5.5 million a year, reportedly, surely knows the public best. It's funny, because I'm actually insured with Aviva, and I don't seem to remember her caring about accepting my white money. But let's be clear, OK? These aren't just one-off stories of a few wacky organisations being a little bit silly. This is happening all over. An official inquiry slammed the RAF earlier this year for unlawfully discriminating against white men in a recruitment drive. In their holier-than-thou bid to appear diverse, Air Force bosses apologised for practising positive discrimination instead. And at the BBC, where else, Radio 5 live presenter Nihal Arthaneka said that working in a, quote, overwhelmingly white workplace was affecting his mental health. That is, despite the Beeb's commitment to at least 20% black, Asian and minority ethnic staff, even though that demographic accounts for around 18% of the English and Welsh population. Meanwhile, in education, it's white working-class pupils, especially boys, who are actually the most in need of a leg up at the moment. It's them who are the worst-performing demographic in British schools. And a report from Parliament's Education Committee in 2021 concluded that white working-class kids had been failed by decades of neglect. And that's not a shock when you consider that two top private schools, Dulwich College in South London and Winchester College in Hampshire, reportedly turned down a £1 million gift from the philanthropist Sir Brian Thwaites to help underprivileged white boys get a top education over fears that that would break equality laws. But check your white privilege, boys and girls. And even if you don't, you'll eventually get found out by the CEO at Aviva, Amanda Blanc. Isn't it ironic that the very people who claim to be anti-racist are the ones looking to segregate people based on race?